According to the CDC, autism is prevalent in 1 out of 44 births in the U.S. That's a proportion that's changed and actually gotten more prevalent over the years. And yet, despite as we are getting better and better at diagnosing autism, there are few resources to help families learn how to navigate the connection with their affected family members. I'm so happy to be joined right now by Gina Uricchio, author of The Art and Voice of Autism. It's a book that serves as a connector for people looking to understand autism better, like she did with her daughter, Allie. And I'm also joined by Emily Bielis, who works with Allie as a program coordinator. Thank you both for taking the time to be here with us today. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Please start by telling me about the book and how you decided to lay it out, because it seems like it's more of an interactive journal than it is just a straight book.
It is. It started out as, we're writing a book, and as I began to market it and promote it, it became really a family tool, a tool for connection, not only for parents and caregivers and grandparents, but also for the school system as well.
Yeah.
It's written through the seasons, so as we go through the seasons of your life, we have different timely types of art that coincides with the seasons.
Right.
My daughter, Allie, is an adult now living with autism, and I kind of pulled an archive of all her art that she did over the years.
Art was how she connects, right?
That's how she connects, and we implemented the art, matched it up with the seasons, and then through my mindfulness and yoga teaching, I kind of put some beautiful insights and quotes for the caregiver.
Yeah.
Or the person who's really trying to connect with the autistic individual, or really any individual who's a little bit distracted.
Yeah, understood. And I'm looking at this, as you're saying, and we're talking about summer here, and it talks about the sun here. It gives some writing prompts right here, what's on your summer bucket list. And I think that's a great way to sort of open people up to help connect. Now, Emily, please tell me about your work with Allie, too.
Well, we are constantly in the community, and the book is a great way for us to, take it to the park or somewhere quiet. Allie's sensitive to noise, so we really try to think about the environment, and the book is just a great way to escape, do a little art project, something like that. And it's, like Gina said, it's really for anyone just to get away and do it with someone or by themselves or however they want to do it.
I always feel like sometimes the problem with connecting with people on the autism spectrum is that it's such a wide spectrum. There's different layers of abilities. There's different sensitivities, some to light, some to sound. So how do you feel that this book will help people on all ends of that spectrum? Or do you just feel it's more for people sort of who are sort of built like Allie is?
It's an invitation really for anybody because the activities relate from anybody who's 1 year old to 100 years old, really.
Right.
And simply, there's no pressure in this book. So if you want to talk about summer in the middle of winter, you can. If you just want to talk about the seasons, or you just want to do a little art. Not to mention, families usually have other children running around, or cousins, or whatever. So there's always somebody who's going to engage at the kitchen table.
Yeah, I can imagine. So now the most important thing, how can people get the Art and Voice of Autism if they want to get it?
So you can find us on our website, which is motherasana.com, and on Instagram at motherasana.
Okay, and while we have a little time, I see you also brought that picture. It says shine. How does that work in with the book?
So this was one of Allie's very first pieces of artwork, and it's the cornerstone of the brand. And basically it's the rays of the sun and how Allie shines her light in the world and gives her best self to the community every day. She works really hard with all her sensory situations to shine a light. So if you can engage in that light, you win.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much, Gina.
Thank you.
Emily, thank you for taking the time to join us with this.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great resource for all of you out there. And as we know, there are more and more parents looking to try to find a way to connect with their young ones and even not so young ones. It's something that can be done, like you said, from 1 to 100.